Prepper Lab, advise when ready for start. Ready for start. Battery on, APU on, standby canopy. Go for canopy. Canopy at 40. Up. And mark. Standby right to crank. Up. Right to crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby right forward. Up. Right forward in 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by left under crank. Left under crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by left under forward. We'll come find you. Left under forward in 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by FCS. Go for FCS. And 3, 2, 1, mark. And test. Great. Like to that. Charts FCS's go. Let FCS's go. Hold on. Ready. Stand by stabs, reset in 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. 902, correct altitude 2985 for a correct altitude 285 feet 0 feet. That's the altitude 85. Flip 2-9ers, 85 set. Chariot squad 1205. Check flaps half, pumps off. Chariot flaps half. Average 20 Sierra left alpha short. Or line up and wait rather. We will hold short. This flaps right half. 36. 2 degrees down. Now. Lowers. Ready now. Section float maneuver. Right turn. Left. Check your parking off. Left. Throw it. A little pull. Ease the pull. Stand by. Roll. Rolling out. Rolling out. Ease and power. 240. Contact. Come right. Coming further right. Adding a little power comes the pull. Contact. Just maintain your heading. Or your turn. Ease and some pull. Roll a little back. Ease and lots of power. Ease and
Howdy folks, how are we? Well, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Well, wow, what can I say? I have just met the most talented pilots I think I have ever come across. Yes, you heard me say that. Reached out to them a while back, actually, probably quite a while now, and then hopped onto the 4YA server and flew with some strangers, as some of you may recall. Apologies for looking around here. I am trying to find these guys, actually. They are airborne, but anyway, back when I was flying on the Buddy Spike servers, I flew against some really tough opponents who really did give me a run for my money, and they always had my admiration. But one thing I've come to appreciate as equally as impressive is formation display pilots who can put on a bit of a show, because let me tell you, that takes a different level of skill. Now you might think just because I'm British, I'm going to say the Red Arrows are the best display team in the world. They are considered by many of other fighter pilots from around the world to be one of, if not the best. And I've come to appreciate that you can't deny the skills all pilots have that can perform these spectacular displays. Nowadays, of course, anyone who can part with a bit of money to get a joystick and a headset can have a go. And yes, DCS coupled with decent kit is considered by many pilots, real pilots, to be pretty darn accurate. One advantage, I suppose, that you have, that you can perfect your skills much quicker than a real fighter pilot. I mean, after all, if you hit the ground, you can just press fly again, can't you? Virtual or real, it takes some skill, and I'm pretty good at it. I can hold a decent formation. I've been flying for so long, it's like riding a bike. And even though I don't get to fly much anymore, I am pretty decent, but I tell you, not as good as these guys. Welcome everyone to the Blue Angels, the legacy of Blue Solos. I have with me here Chariot. And Brother Leb. Welcome guys.
Hello.
How are you both? Both well?
Doing good. How are you, Colm? Literally hanging in there.
Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk to the viewer right now before we begin the video proper.
Great. Sweet. Yeah.
I I have to say that I am particularly excited about this one because, honestly, when you see what they can do, they are astonishing. They are absolutely brilliant. And I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to fly with them just so I can appreciate for myself just how difficult this is to do. So in the next few moments now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a set number of sequences, and along the ride I might ask them a question or two as well. So sit back, relax, and let's get started.
I'll go ahead and get set up to take the lead, so I'll get in a better position here. So just fly straight and level for a sec.
Where's he going?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Alright, cool. I got lead on the left. Lead left, Chariot's coming over. Alright, calm. Once Chariot's set, you can go ahead and join on us. I'm holding 300. 275 heading.
Roger that, 275 heading, on my way.
Yeah, go ahead and come over.
From time to time I'll be speaking to you and I'll be speaking to them with a flick of a switch, so sometimes they won't hear me, sometimes they will. But for this exercise here, we're just going to get started on the very basics.
One thing to note about formation flying is that it is constant stick pressure, but not necessarily constant motion. So you're always just gentle corrections. Yeah, stick pressure, not stick movement as well.
Yeah, I'm already squeezing too hard, I think. We haven't even started yet. Okay, go on then, fellas. How long have you been flying DCS for? And obviously, how long have you been doing formation flying for? Has it been long? A couple of years, 3 years?
I'm flying DCS for about 10 years now, I think. As far as getting this good at form, that happened when we started flying this routine back, what, it must be about 6 years ago now, Lev. I think we started in December 6 years ago. And so, we've been practicing we practiced for a long time, probably a good 2 years before we even felt comfortable. I wouldn't say that we're good yet. That's one of the things about flying a Blue Angel show is you really start to understand that you're never going to have a perfect show. We grade ourselves, we probably have a C show on average, but we grade ourselves pretty harshly. I think that, like, while we're decent, we're not great, and I think you'll see a little bit of that when we get to our formation later on.
I don't know what's the matter with me, but already I'm really having to concentrate here. I think it's because I'm just scared of mucking it up right at the beginning of the video. But how about you, Brother Lev? How long have you been flying for?
I've been flying in DCS for just a little longer than we've been doing this show practice thing. I was hesitant to get into it to start with because I wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was a kid, and I knew that that path was close to me as an adult, and I didn't want that to bring up sadness or regret or something like that. But Chariot prevailed on me to join and do this, and he's like, hey, we could learn to fly like the Blue Angels do. And I was like, that sounds like a fun idea. So I had similar experience, crashed on the first flight, was really bad at landing, didn't know how anything worked. But pretty soon, after being able to do a couple of touch and goes, we started practicing the Blue Angels show, and we were really bad. There's some footage we found recently of like early shows we'd recorded, and they're horrible. And so yeah, we had to practice quite a bit to get where we are now. And like Chariot was saying, I agree. I don't feel like we're good at this yet. I feel like we're getting there, but we're not there yet.
Do you know, I've really got to tip my hat to these guys for joining me today. They have taken a lot of time out of their busy lives to be with me here today, and it really is moments like this where one of the good things about doing YouTube is that occasionally you do come across some really great and interesting people. Here we've actually spent about an hour speaking to each other before the flight, and I think about an hour before that going over the plan, but it really is a privilege here to be doing this with these guys right now. They can't hear me right now, but yeah, it really is an honor. These guys really are experts at what they do, and I know this is basic, but just look at the way that they are glued together. Yes, I know we're going in a straight line, but they are like in perfect sync, and I'm all over the place trying to keep as tight as these guys are.
but wow. Absolutely fantastic. It's going to be basic flying to begin with, and an opportunity to perhaps ask them some questions, and then of course we're going to move on to the advanced stuff. I'll probably have to split this video into two, but we'll see how we get on.
Why don't you ease out a little bit and try to take well clear. We're going to do a left-hand turn to get us pointed back away from the ocean and back toward the land. So we're coming left.
One of the things I find quite fascinating is the way that they call instructions.
Add a little power.
Well, not so much instructions, but how they deliver the tone of what they're doing as a guide for me to follow.
Once we get back pointed towards the
interesting stuff.
The shoreline again, we can have Chariot try to get you in the position that you're going to try to stay in for the maneuvers going forward. Mr. Calm, why don't you head over to Flight right wing.
Flight lead, yeah.
Yes. So you're looking for number 6 on the flight lead most of the time. So head a little bit further right. Yeah, just get your canopy just outside of that wingtip there.
Yep.
You're about at the right altitude, so just push yourself forward a little bit until you can see inside of the wing, right where the wing and the stabilizer, not the stabilizer, but the right cowling meet, there is a little flap that sticks up. So keep pushing yourself forward until you can start to see that show up. Keep going forward. There should be some text that appears above it, and that text says Boeing F-18 Hornet. And what you want to do is you want to get it where the Hornet is underlined by the top of that little winglet thing that pops up. So keep pushing forward. You're a little bit in close, so if you come back right a little bit, keep coming right. Right about there, and now push forward until the Hornet is underlined by the line. And you should just see Hornet and a little bit of the text above it. You don't want anything else. So you want to cut off the rest of the text with the flaps, and then just have Hornet underlined. That's the ideal. We're always shooting for it. We don't always get it. Another right there, and right, yeah, is the Sidewinder rail. It should feel like you could reach up and grab it with your left hand. So that's the position you're going to be trying to hold for most of this time, and we're going to be maneuvering while you try and hold that position. And I'm going to be on the left side doing the exact same thing.
You know, I was cold when I first started this. I'm sweating already.
You can wiggle your toes to keep you relaxed, and also light on the stick in particular. When I was learning to do this, I was death grip on the stick, squeezing the black right out of it. But that actually makes it harder to do the really gentle corrections you need to do. Yeah, believe it or not, wiggling your toes is what the fighter pilots talk about doing when they give recommendations for tanking. Right. As they say to wiggle your toes, and that keeps you relaxed. It reminds your body to relax a little bit, and that can really help. Now, when we call go well clear, you're just going to ease a little bit of throttle and put a little bit of right stick so that you move yourself out so that the wing pylon feels like it's a little bit further away, so that you feel like you could pull up and not hit rudder level. So why don't you try practicing easing out, because we're going to do that quite a bit. Right about there. Yeah, about there, yeah. Well clear means you can maneuver and not hit the flight lead. Yeah. So you could pull straight up and not run it down. And so this is where we hang out when we transition between maneuvers, and then when it comes time for maneuver, I'll say take it in, and that means you want to get snuggled into that sight picture I talked to you about. Yeah. Right. And for reference, for Navy pilots, this is parade. So this is about as close as they ever fly in the fleet, and then they get a lot closer for the demonstration. All right, we're going to have to start a left-hand turn here pretty soon because we've got mountains ahead of us. But that'll be good, and then we'll do a breakup and rejoin.
Roger.
All right, we are coming left.
Here we go.
Comes the pole. Further left.
I've already gone wide.
A little more. Pole.
Are you auto-throttling when you're doing this?
Nope.
Yeah, easy. I've already gone slightly wide. I've got it now, though. I've caught up now.
Ease in the pole. Rolling out. If he auto-throttles, then his jet will constantly be making throttle adjustments, and that'll make it harder for us to fly off of him.
Gotcha.
Probably the most important skill for formation flying is learning how to get back in once you wobble, because you will wobble. Most turns you'll wobble at least once, but it's trying to figure out how to make that wobble less obvious and less extreme, and what to do about it when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like overcompensating when you try an air-to-air refuel. You end up oscillating all over the place, don't you?
Exactly, yeah. PIO, pilot-induced oscillation, is definitely a big factor in trying to do this sort of thing. And this is why it's good practice for learning how to air-to-air refuel really smoothly.
So for every flight, then, I take it you guys, you do a brief.
You plan what you're going to do, you have a chat, you plan it all out,
You discuss what you're going to do, and before you execute, do you do that every single
time you fly, or just occasionally when you feel like doing it?
Yes, definitely. We do it every time we fly this show. And the reason for that is because that builds consistency and a little bit of ritual, and that puts us in the right headspace, but it also makes sure that if there's any deviations to our norm, that we're talking explicitly about them. It really builds habits for us. That makes sure that we're flying the same show every time, and the more consistent that we can get with every aspect from the moment we log on to the moment that we park our jets and finish our debrief even, that builds that consistency and that muscle memory, and that makes us better. And one of the other reasons why we want that consistency is because we like to fly in different weather conditions. So I try to pull a real-world METAR from the places we're flying, and as long as it's safe to fly in that condition, we try to fly it for the show. And there are variations to the show that we do if the clouds are low, or if we have bad visibility, or different things like that. And so we try to fly a realistic show regardless of what the weather's doing, if we think that the Blues would actually fly a show in those conditions. Which means we have to learn how to roll with the punches, which means that also making everything else more consistent means that we can deviate and stay good and stay clean. And I think that's something that maybe sets us apart. There are a lot of groups that do formation flying, that do different demonstrations. There's at least 3 full 6-man Blue Angels teams in DCS. Some of those guys we know and have flown a little bit with, never on their teams, but dicked around and stuff. And they're all great. But as far as we know, we're the only ones that fly with variable weather. And at a bunch of different airfields. A lot of those guys will practice at one particular field to get super locked in.
I do get it. It does bring about that sort of concentration before you begin. I mean, for me, myself, just ramp starting brings that sort of professional mindset. But go on then, what are we doing next?
Yeah, so we're going to do a breakup and rejoin, and then what I'll do is I'll say ready, break, and when you do that, make a gentle turn, but go 45 degrees off of whatever heading I am on. I'll just set up to go due south, 180. So go 45 degrees off of that, and then you'll fly out there, and then I will say, all right, ready, rejoin. I will start a gentle right-hand turn, and your job is to just try to get back into formation with me in this same position as quickly and safely as you can. And also, while we're doing this, let's try to do this turn a little bit tighter. So let's do the take it in. You're in about the right spot right now, Mr. Calm, but I'm just gonna take it in a little bit closer, and we'll practice a turn in a tighter formation. Yeah, and just to warn you, I'm gonna do a right-hand turn just to give you experience with that.
All right. Okay.
All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
All right, we're coming right. Coming further right.
comes the pull.
A little more pull.
God, this is hard. I tell you what it was.
You're close. You're still close.
I know. Well, I was worried that because obviously.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I was worried about
Chariot, because I couldn't see you, because obviously part of the rail of the canopy was blocking my view, and I thought, and a couple of times I got a little bit too much to the left, well, almost to the center of the Hornet, and I thought, I'm going to collide with.
I was feeling it too.
Yeah, I thought, God, you got to worry about me and him.
That's my job as a safety officer. Alright, so I'm on roughly a 180 heading. I'm going to call ready brake. When I do that, I want you, Mr. Calm, to come to a 225 heading. Fly straight in level 225
until I say rejoin, and then you're going to try to come find me.
I'm going to set up that right-hand turn 5,000 feet. Chariot's going to do the same thing, but he's going to be off to the left on whatever 45-degree offset. Math, 135. Watch the power level. Yep, easing power. Yeah, and I'll keep it relatively slow. I'm flying 350 right now, and I'll give you air speeds in that turn. Okay, ready? Ready, brake. And rejoin. Boss coming to right. 5,000, 335. That's my speed, 335. 335. I'm in a 45-degree bank, 5,000 feet, 335 knots. Little bit of pressure, no movements. Good job, though. You got in a lot faster than I thought you were going to, so well done. One thing that's helpful for those is to come up the bearing line instead of doing a tail chase. It's easier to kind of tell where your closure is. Roll this out real quick. My bad.
Rolling out.
How long do you think it would take somebody to get good at formation flying, realistically?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I think for formation flying, I would say 2 to 3 years.
I know it sounds like a lot, but if you're going to be giving it a couple of flights a week, I think 2 to 3 years to really feel like you yourself are good. I think you could fly
In a formation, around a year and a half. It's going to take you a while to feel better about it. So that's what I think. What about you, Lim?
Yeah, I think in about 6 months of flying consistently with the same people, like a squadron or something like that, like if you find one using the DCS form or something, you'll get to the point where you can fly in that kind of formation, like with other people, pretty comfortably, but you won't be smooth and you won't be consistent.
If you want to get to that smooth consistency, I think, about 2 years doing it. But that's honestly about how long it took us, and it's about as often as we were able to fly when we were learning.
The Diamond 360, this one's pretty standard. Basically what Brunelab's going to do is he's going to set up behind the crowd, and he's going to get himself into a profile where he can turn the aircraft in at that 60-degree bank, and then set it so that he's not moving his control surfaces at all, and it's going to bring us right in front of the crowd in a steady bank. Our job is to fly our close formation while he's in that steady bank. When he starts to set up for that maneuver, once he gets straight and level and into our nice bank left, he's going to say coming left, and I'm going to say chariot. He's going to say coming left again. You're going to say Mr. Calm. He's just going to try and hold that
and we're just going to try and fly in formation.
So he's going to roll out at the backside. I'm going to call ease it out, and that means you can get out to a well clear position.
Alright, take it into your close set. Remember, keep that sidewinder rail between yourself and the aircraft. Alright, we're about to start. Get ready. We're coming left.
And further left. Come straight. The pole. Taking it.
Just Alright, smoke on. Further left. Little more pull. And we're in for the diamond. 360.
I can definitely see the progression here. They've obviously thought about this, and this is already tough. It looks simple, but believe me,
I mean, look at me, I'm way behind. I should be right opposite
Chariot here, but oh dear, never mind. But this isn't about me. This is about how great these guys are. I wanted to show you how great these guys are.
It feels like around about sort of 30, 40 minutes that we've been doing this. So I think what we'll do is, I think I'm going to pause the video here. We'll get
Reschedule settled, and we'll go for the next sequence of events. They did hint on it earlier, and they are going to get tougher.
So I think for now,
But you stayed with us. That's something. I was pretty wobbly on the roll-in as well, so yeah.
yeah, well, I think for now what we'll do is we'll end part 1 there, and we'll go for part 2 next, and where things get just that little bit more intense. So thank you everybody for watching, really do appreciate it. If you can, if you could like and subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. We also have a buy me a coffee link if you want to support the channel, but for now though, take care everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.